Hey everyone, my name's Trisha, and today we are playing Control by Remedy Entertainment and 505 Games. It just came out on August 27th, so it's pretty new and shiny. Specifically today, we'll be looking at real-time ray tracing features that you can experience with an RTX 20 series GPU. Let's go into the specs of this beast that's behind me right now, because that will heavily impact what we're about to see. So what we're running with today is an EVGA RTX 2080 Super Hybrid graphics card, Intel's i7-7800X CPU at 3.5 gigahertz, 64 gigabytes ballistics tactical RAM, EVGA X299 dark motherboard, and SanDisk X400 SSD. This is way shinier than what I have at home. Just saying, so I'm very excited to see what this looks like. What is real-time ray tracing? Non-real-time ray tracing has been used in movies and TV for years now, and essentially is the act of rendering simulated light. Real-time ray tracing is when that happens on the fly as the game is being played. Very impressive. We're going to play the game with RTX on and off so that we can see the difference in real time. Ray tracing features specifically that are featured in Control, it uses the full RTX suite, include reflections, transparent reflections, indirect diffuse lighting, contact shadows, and all of the details around the debris, which as the protagonist Jesse in Control, you have telekinetic abilities and the entire environment is yours to mess with. So there is a lot of debris. This game might be the new standard for graphically intensive games moving forward. We shall see. But I digress, and I will stop talking about the game and show up.
And here I am. I found nothing. It's like it's all a lie.
So here's a great example of ray tracing in action. Ray tracing is turned on right now, and you can clearly see a reflection both in the parts of the window that are darkened and the parts that aren't. It's a little harder to see in this section, but as I run around, you can see it. Now, if I turn ray tracing off, reflections are gone. No reflections at all. There we go. That's just one small example of ray tracing in action. Let's see what else we can find here. What's over here? Let's see if that looks any different. Yep, check that out. Bye-bye. Bye-bye light bouncing through here. Completely non-existent now. Try it again. Toggle it back. There we go. So it's small examples like that that just make it more realistic. So that is our light bouncing off the shiny floor from the light up there. Very cool. Where are you at, fools? There's a guy. Can I shoot you through the mold? I can! Oh, that was pretty incredible. No! God. No, wait, he shot me through a wall? Super not fair, by the way. I mean, I just did it to another guy, so I guess fair, but keep moving to avoid enemy fire. Pro tip. You too. Don't you snipe at me, sir. I'll come after your face. Not. Go. Oh, two guys. Spawning. Two with one shot. She's amazing. Who else? Oh, sniper. Hit him. My aim is so dirt. Now what you guys didn't get to see is when we were not recording the screen. We had an FPS counter in the corner. With ray tracing off, we were getting around 110 to 130 frames per second. And with ray tracing on, we were getting between 50 and 70. Sometimes as high as 80, bigger fights dip to 58. But essentially having on real-time ray tracing cut our frames per second in half. Luckily, this thing's a beast, so half is still hovering right around 60 frames per second. Probably the biggest real-time ray tracing difference that I noted that would have impacted my experience were the transparent reflections, especially since there's so many glass hallways in Control. I feel like that made a huge difference. We certainly saw the differences in the debris, and we didn't show it off in this particular gameplay, but there is a moment in Control where you can concoct a shield out of pulling pieces and debris off of walls and ground and the flooring and pull all of that up. So I can only imagine what that looks like with ray tracing on. It's probably mind-blowing. But I would love to know what you guys think, because I feel like we're all going to get a different impression of how this impacted us. So please leave that in the comments. It's also worth noting that we did run this at ultra graphical settings. So I'm just gonna show you here everything as high as we could possibly get it, texture resolution on ultra, and then for the ray tracing options, we had everything turned on to high settings. So ray trace reflections, transparent reflections, indirect diffuse lighting, ray traced contact shadows, and ray traced debris. So that has been our gameplay to showcase real-time ray tracing in Control. And right now, NVIDIA is running a promotion where if you buy a 20 series GPU or gaming laptop, you can get Wolfenstein Youngblood and Control for free as part of your purchase. There are a bunch of qualifying GPUs and laptops, so make sure to check out the links below to see some of them for yourself. And then you can get the hardware that you need to see real-time ray tracing in action.